Whatever the occasion, effortless elegance is right this way. Because Hilton brings you new ways to stay courtesy of the Nomad London. And it doesn't stop at award-winning dining in a space draped in velvet and illuminated by vintage chandeliers. No, this day goes beyond with unparalleled personalized service and attentive hospitality. Oh, and did we mention the Nomad London can be booked using your Hilton Honors points at Hilton.com? Hilton, for the stay.
Hey, there they are. What is good, my people? My live just got back about 2 minutes ago. So, what's going on, Sam Morgan? My lives just got back 2 minutes ago. So, it's good to see you guys. What up, Brown Daniel? Watched your video earlier. Yeah, you like that, bro? Pretty good one, huh? My boy was at it again. I tell you, man, I'm going to owe him a fat paycheck one of these days. His source is just, I can't believe he reached out to me. I'm honored still. Appreciate that. Thank you, Beanbag Baby. Gangstalicious. Rep Yo City. I always like to start my lives out like that. Rep Yo City. Show's so crazy. Yeah, bro, I'm pumped about that. He actually just sent me a video the other day. I'm going to get that collab in. I'm going to do it. New York City, Oklahoma, Chicago, ATL. All right. Covering the whole United States. No, bro, I just started. Literally just started. Scotland, what's up, bro? Akron, I'm here for the Giants. People love the Giants. The Giants and the Titans, not much difference. No, I haven't told about the 5 types of Giants yet. Detroit in the house. What's up, my Michigan fam? No, that's not the Hulk. This is just an extra creative picture of a giant. That's all. I just thought it was cool, so figured why not. Hey, I appreciate that. I love the gifts, guys. If you do gift me, I will follow. If you do gift me, I will follow you. So, I just got in contact with Terrence Ross today. So, you know, if you guys know who I am or you guys have watched a few of my videos on YouTube, just had a big life change. So thank you, Jimmy Moots. I appreciate that, bro. Appreciate the gifts, you guys. I'll tell you what, one thing gifts do is they spark this live up to give it numbers. So, and make sure you guys do me a solid. Give me a solid and like the screen. Tap this like screen, fam. Fill up my like meter. Get my live out there. Nope. No host. Yes, so part 2. Did you guys like the first video? It's actually going viral as shit right now. So I'm like, yeah. Thank you, Druids. Appreciate that. So I hit up my boy Monstro. Oh, sorry. I'm not supposed to mention his name. Damn it. That's not his name either way, but I hit up my boy. First thing, I know he doesn't like his stuff to be shared. So, my bad if you're watching, my guy. That was totally a fuck up. But anyway, my boy, he hit me up, or I hit him up actually recently because I hadn't heard from him in quite a while. So, I hit him up, told him what the hell I was doing, my situation. Because this guy is a genuinely good man. He's given me so much information on past and the lore from Mexico. Like, you can't make this shit up, man. I mean, this has been passed down from generation to generation to generation. You're talking probably, you could be thousands of years, you know? So, he had mentioned in a live a while back about 5 types of giants. Because people always ask me, are the giants inherently good or are they inherently evil? What is going on? Where do we stand with them? And I could never really give a straight answer. I always felt in my heart that there were good giants, right? But I wasn't sure. So one day I was talking about it, and he just got out in my live, and he was like, there's 5 types of giants, 2 of them are evil. And I'm like, okay, bro. You know I got to hit him up. So I hit him up, and the stuff, you guys, I mean, fucking is just, the content is beautiful. It's amazing. And it's coming right from the horse's mouth. It's not in a textbook, but it's passed down from generation. Thank you, Tai Gigi. Appreciate you. To generation, this stuff is. So it's like, you know, is it true? I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit here and say it is. Do I believe it? Sure. I really do. In my heart, I believe it. Whether you do or not, that's up to you. I mean, I'm not saying you have to, but you can hear it out at least, right? The stories are amazing. It's not even loading. What do you mean it's not even loading? That's fine. You're entitled to your opinion, brother. You're entitled to your opinion. So, his grandfather. I'm going to start it from the top, just so everybody can hear the story. If you already watched the video, the first 3 giants I shared, I actually just right before my live, I did share part 2. But stay and listen. You'll like it a lot better right here. So, his grandfather would... So his story is crazy in itself. He started out in Cali at 14. He was in trouble going to gang life. So his mother sent him to Mexico to live with his grandfather and his father for a little while. And as he was there, he got to listen to these great stories and this great lore that his grandfather told him. It literally changed his life. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. It literally changed his life. And he's just been sharing all this this is priceless lore to me. I mean, it's amazing. So, anyway, here we go. I'm going to get started. So his grandfather would tell him there's 5 different types of giants. And the biggest giants, these were the oldest, right? They would walk from land to land through the oceans. And I don't know if you guys have, those of you that follow me know, I did a story on the book of Enoch. The book of Enoch states in chapter 7 that the fallen came down, they impregnated the daughters of men. They had 3 babies, and these babies were 3,000 ells, okay? Now, an ell is an elbow to tip, okay? So today, you and I, we think of an ell as our elbow to tip of the finger, which is about 18 inches. So, modern studies state that they were 4,500 feet tall. But I beg to differ. I looked it up. I looked up what an ell was. From Scottish to Irish to German lore. Okay? The Scottish had the largest ell at 54 inches. Over a 4-foot ell. Tell me what they were measuring. They were measuring a giant's ell, right? So I did the math. This giant could have been over 20,000 feet tall. Okay, that's just speculation. Okay, just calm down. It's just speculation. But I went over near Sardinia and I found these amazing imprints in the ocean floor. Some of them were 4,000 feet. They look like footsteps. I could show you, but this lore kind of validates my theory that there were giants miles tall. They were the original giants to inhabit Earth. They were amazing, highly intelligent beings. And he says right here, the giants were so tall that when walking through the ocean waters, on average, the deepest waters would only reach their shoulders. Okay? The biggest giants, waist. It would only reach their waist. So half of their body was out of the water, okay? They could trudge from land to land through the waters. They found these footprints, guys. They found them. They're out there, all right? So these giants were the size of mountains. They were so big. He didn't know much about this race because they are so old. They're ancient. He said that there wasn't many left before the first Earth War. They died off almost before the first Earth War. So this is years and years. I mean, a millennia ago. I'm talking hundreds of thousands of years, millions possibly, right? There's been 3 Earth Wars, great Earth Wars on this planet. And they have happened every so often, every couple 100,000 years, because there's an evil faction and a good faction, just like anything, the balance, yin and yang. The evil faction's trying to take over Earth, right? Thank you so much for the gifts. I follow all my gifters. Might even share one of your videos, might even duet it. So thank you for the gifts. So these beings were so full of energy. These giants were so pure and of heart and love and light. They were so full of energy. They became one with Mother Nature. Okay? Now, who could these giants be? Here's my prediction. Okay? And I'm just going to change my background real quick. Guys, hold on here. Effects. These giants were so of purity and heart that based on the legends and Greek legends that I've read, I believe these giants were before after Titans, like Cronus, Titan, father of Zeus, inhabited Earth. Didn't want anybody to take his throne, so he started eating his children. His wife Rhea got angry, so she took who? Zeus to Crete Island in the Mediterranean and hid him there. And he was born and raised in Crete Island. Okay? Zeus, I believe he could be a metaphor for some of these giants. Whether he is exactly real or is he a god, I don't want to say he's God. But I believe that Zeus and Poseidon, even Poseidon has been known to be a giant. And think about it. Poseidon, god of the oceans. If he was a giant, he would be a god of the oceans. If the oceans only went up to his waist, that man could create tidal waves. He could pick whales out of the freaking earth, cut them up, cook them up. You know what I'm saying? Like, this man was a god of the oceans, right? If he did, he's probably love and light, so he probably didn't do that. But I'm just saying, that's how big they were. These giants are huge, bro. So I believe they could be and stem from Greek mythology, Zeus, Poseidon. They were giants, okay? They were so full of energy and so one with Mother Nature that when they died, and this goes with other lore, there's other lore out there that states this, that they got buried under mountain ranges. They got buried under island chains, okay? Now, Sicilian lore says in its lore that the giant that warred against Zeus in the second God War, okay? After they had already beaten Cronus and the Titans. The second war, when some giants attacked Zeus, the ones that warred against Zeus were buried in Mount Etna, Asia Minor. Okay? So, this is just lore. This is just tales, right? But when they match up all over the world, you gotta put it into question as possible? Maybe, okay? So that was the first race of giants to inhabit the earth. Very love and light, very one with Mother Nature, so one with Earth that they did amazing things here. They were highly intelligent, very powerful beings, that when they passed, maybe they became divine. That was a thought of mine earlier. Maybe they became divine. Maybe they became the archangels. Like, who knows, right? I don't know. Like, I'm just saying some crazy stuff. But at the end of the day, you know, the possibilities are endless. I mean, you guys can think of stuff like that and think of it on your own, you know. So the second group was the second biggest set of giants. They were 20 to 40 feet tall. These giants were really evil, and I believe that they were of the Cyclops race. Okay, I believe they had one eye. Here, let me show you a picture of this big lug. He claimed that these giants were fat and out of shape and dumb. These giants were an abomination. They would run through towns eating the people. They would eat their own kind. They especially loved the offspring. Okay, sounds bad, but that's what they loved. So of humans, of humans. So these giants were just big, dumb klutzes, just mindless beasts, right? These were the first set of evil giants on Earth. And why were they evil? Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate you on the gifts. I appreciate you all. I follow all gifters. Thank you so much. These giants were easily manipulated by the bad factions on Earth. So that's why they were evil. They would trudge and maul anything in their path. Trashing woods, forests, towns. It didn't matter. They were just that. They were those giants. Eventually, I think they would be taken out, okay? But they did fight for evil factions throughout history, all right? So that's the second group. Not as elaborate, but still interesting. The third group, 20 to 30 feet. These giants, this was interesting. This really intrigued me. So in Norse mythology with Odin, and I'm not super brushed up on Norse mythology, so if you're really good at it and I make a mistake, sorry. But in Norse mythology, they talked of the frost giants and the fire giants. Now, the frost giants, I never understood, but the fire giants I did. The red-haired giants, right? The red-haired giants have been a history and a lore throughout Native culture in America. I mean, they had, what cave was it? This guy was just getting all kinds of bat guano out of this cave in the early 1900s, and he was pulling all this bat guano for his fields. He's using it as fertilizer. He's going to start a fertilizer business. Well, he stumbled upon all these giant skeletons, and the lore goes, Sarah Winnemucca, right? I want to say, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm a little rusty on that, is an Indian. She's a native. She wrote a book about these red-haired giants and how her clan, the Paiute, they trapped these giants in a cave and they basically burned them out and flushed them out, and they suffocated them. And then the ones that come out, they had all the tribes allied in the area, and they shot these giants with arrows. They would die. They would be left in the caves. Well, they found them. Her story rung true. So Norse mythology, the frost giants. These are the frost giants. This is what he's talking about, okay? The third group of giants were about 20 to 30 feet tall. These giants had blue skin. And they had, hold on, let me change my picture. I'm gonna keep my pictures up because this is a pretty cool one anyway. Obviously, Game of Thrones, but yeah. So these giants were 20 to 30 feet tall. They were blue. They were the frost giants. They had massive goat horns, ram horns, right? Now, were they growing out of their head? I don't know. Most likely what you see here, just because they wore them, right? But he said the best part about this, and this follows Norse mythology to a T, they love to party. This set of giants, he said, loved to party. And I found that just very intriguing that his grandfather threw that in. That's a weird detail, right? That's a detail of somebody that knows what the hell they're talking about to me. You know, why would he just say they love to party if they didn't love to party, right? So they were very powerful, but they were humble. They were highly intelligent, but like I said, humble. They hated violence. They did not want to fight, okay? They were a love and light group. Now, they had warriors to protect them, but they were not fighters. So, when these great wars on Earth would take place, their clan, thank you so much for the gift. I follow all gifters, might even duet or share a video for you. Thank you so much. So, when these great Earth wars took place for the ownership of Mother Earth by the evil and good factions, they were so unviolent that they would not allow their entire clan to take part in the violence, just their warriors. Now that what they would do is they'd sit back and they would, thank you so much for the shades, bro, appreciate you. They would sit back and they would heal. Awesome. That is cool. I haven't seen that one yet. I gotta say I love their gifts. They're cool. They're cool. So they would sit back and wait for... Thank you so much for the autumn leaves. Awesome, awesome. They would sit back and wait for the injured and the hurt, okay? And they would literally use their powers to heal them, all right? To heal them. That's how they partook in the said wars, okay? But their warriors, on the other hand, were allowed to battle. And they said that their warriors were absolute machines on the battlefields. Thank you, Sunday. I appreciate you. Killing it. I appreciate you. These beings were fast. They were just straight up G's on the battlefield, okay? They could not hardly be beat. All right? So that's the third faction. Very interesting, I thought, the Frost Giants. Very interesting. Now the fourth group gets really cool, guys. This is opening up a whole new thing for me, right? The whole new world of discovery and lore. I mean, God, you can't make... I mean, dude, I just love it. I live for this shit. Okay, so the fourth type of giant, okay? The fourth type of giant ranged from 15 to 30 feet tall. These giants had eagle or reptilian-like feet. They were either very pale or they were very green. And they had wings. Book of Enoch, fallen angels, ring a bell? Come on, man. The fallen reptilians came down to earth, bred with the daughters of men. They had bodies like humans, reptilian feet, eagle-like legs. Now, if you look back at Sumerian tablets and Sumerian lore, they show and depict multiple beings with both reptilian heads, wings, eagle heads, wings. I'm just saying. Okay? They had paler white skin. They loved to consume man. Thank you so much. That is so cool, bro. Thank you so much. They loved to consume humans. Okay? Like I said, especially the offspring. They stole the babies. When they had feet and wings like an eagle, body of a human, they possessed evil magical powers. Now this is crazy. These beings were so out of tune with love and light. So lack of empathy. So almost feral. It's Dre, my guy. What's good? It's Dre. He's a G. He knows his stuff. So they were so out of tune with vibe and energy that when they would walk through Earth, everything would die in their path. Everything behind them would die instantly. The plant life, you name it, animals, they would just die, okay? That I thought was insane. They possessed evil black magical powers. They would lure men and women in and control them with their black magic. So they would lure men and women in and they would control them, enslave them, right? What did the Anunnaki, the fallen, do? The Anunnaki, they enslaved mankind to harvest gold on Earth. And then the good factions on Earth fought back and said, no, they are not meant to be slaves. They have just as much right to live here as you do and thrive, right? So this great war broke out. One of the Earth Wars, probably the third one in the last Earth War, broke out, okay? So I guess in this sense, these beings' flying abilities made them very, very hard to kill. It made them absolutely bosses on the battlefield, okay? The fact that they could fly, thank you, that was very cool. The fact that they could fly changed the game. It even made some think they were angels, okay? It even made some think they were angels, which goes back to what? The fallen, the book of Enoch, and when God cast down the watchers, all right? Or when the watchers came down and did what they did, all right? bred with the daughters of men, changed the genome. God was not happy with them. He cast them out. Azazel, Samizel, or Samizel. The names are really weird. I know Azazel for sure. He was the one that gave us the forbidden knowledge. Okay? So they were very hard to kill. And in the Third Earth War, he said that what they would do was take river water. They could not handle it. If you threw river water at them, it would burn their skin. If you took dirt from Mother Earth and put it in their mouth, it would also kill them. Okay? That's how out of tune with Mother Nature they were. That's how out of tune with the absolute, the divine, love and light, you name it, that they were. So, my thing is, could these beings have been a part, or the reason, these particular beings, for the great floods? You know what I'm saying? To reset everything, wipe them out, reset humanity. Did the archangels, Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, they supposedly came down from the heavens and cast the three at the head of the Watchers into hell. Okay? Crazy stuff. So, now this brings me into the fifth group. Okay? The fifth group. That was a very intriguing group, though. I thought that was very cool. The eagle heads, the eagle feet. Very intriguing stuff. I always had wondered, if the fallen were reptilians, then why, in fact, were none of the giants reptilian-esque? And that lore right there, and then Greek mythology as well, describes the giants as having reptilian legs and or reptilian tails and reptilian traits. Okay? The wings too. I don't know if y'all have seen that Jupiter Ascending. Crazy movie. They got reptilians in it with massive wings. Crazy stuff. Okay? So, the fifth group, okay? The fifth group of giants range from 10 to 25 feet tall. These giants were inherently good, and they were just like you and I. You know, some of the Egyptian lore had depictions of these giants. And I do believe that these giants existed with us at one time on Earth, okay? They were inherently good, and they do have the betterment of mankind in mind, right? But at the same time, people are scared of them. They fear them, even today, right? I think that we could be making a slight mistake if, in fact, we are taking out giants right now. Even if in Afghanistan, they've had lore of giants, the 2001 giant, and then the recent one. Are we making a mistake? Could these beings be inherently good? Are they all bad? I don't know. It's a big question in my heart. That maybe we shouldn't be killing them. I don't know. If you look up Corey Good, he has a lot of great lore on all of it. He was in the military, undercover, underground. He was one of the deep, higher security guys, and he talks about all of this. So if you want another source, I'm probably going to talk about it a little more here, but so he goes on to say, these are good guys. They were just like us, basically all of our ancestors. This group of giants were humans from all over the world. That those were the heights that we actually once were. Okay? These giants were all love and light. They were in tune with Mother Nature, and they were the closest to Mother Nature of all the giants. Okay? So, it goes back to, him telling me about the Third Earth War and the Mexicatls. Okay? The Mexicatls. They were his ancestors that fought in the Third Earth War with the intergalactic beings. The Alliance, they call it. The Galactic Federation. If you believe in that. So, this great Third Earth War, they sent, and I have reason to believe, they were centered in the Americas. They sent the Mexicatls all over the world to tell all these human factions what was coming, this great third Earth War, and to prepare, and showed them how to prepare. So they were a seafaring group, these Mexicanos. This is back before, I'm thinking 20,000 BC, 10 to 20 to even 50,000 BC. I like to make the range big because really it's not that big, right? On the scale of Earth. So they told them to travel all over the world. One of these factions, and they also built pyramids. They built pyramids, right? All over the world. So I have reason to believe that these ancient Mexicanos were actually the ancient Egyptians, and they were building pyramids all over the world, spreading love, spreading light. Then the flood came. They got pushed into the subterranean pockets, and then they had to reemerge when the waters receded. Okay? So, just a bit of the lore, a bit of the story. Now, my mom and my stepdad went on vacation this summer, right? I want to talk about a little something else. This was very intriguing to me, and it has to do with the giants as well. Who knows about Mesa Verde? Okay? Mesa Verde out of Colorado. My parents went to see this, okay? And they said that on the top of the mountain, you could see where their old villages lay. You could see where the fire pits were. You could see where their old villages were cleared out. And then all of a sudden, they just abandoned said villages, and they literally built a fucking community in the wall of this massive mountain. Okay? Mesa Verde. And look at what they had to go through, you guys. They had to, and you can still see, what's cool is you can still see the black smoke from the fires. So my stepdad said they had this little path, and you'd walk down it. It was really steep. And then they had tunnels coming into them as well that were really small, right? But could you imagine when you first started building these, the men that had to scale these walls and get in this cliff and build it? So the lore there goes, they must have been scared of something, right? To go to this extreme, to live here. Now, it doesn't look like it here, you guys, but it is so steep, there is nothing that would ever get to them from the bottom. You're talking thousands of feet of sheer, even if there is trees. You know, anything that would go up that would just fall instantly. They would never make it. So as my stepdad's telling me the story, I'm thinking, you gotta be shitting me. Could it be giants? Could they have been trying to get away from giants? They wouldn't be able to shear down the wall, and they'd fall if they did. And then they wouldn't be able to get down into the tunnels that they created to Mesa Verde. Now, there's a lot of lore that goes on with Mesa Verde, and there's actually similar structures heading down to Arizona, even, I want to say, into Mexico. Okay? They were love and light beings. And basically, before the Great Flood, they were told by the star people that they could, in fact, go with them into the subterranean pockets. Some say portals, some say stargates. But if they did, they could have went in caves as well, into the subterranean pockets to hide from the floods. But my thing is why did they build their home in the side of a mountain? What would they be so scared of that would make them scale that wall and build that community into that mountain? To keep away from what? Red-haired giants? It's one of the only conclusions I could come. I mean, unless there were saber-tooths, unless there was like dinosaurs, but you're talking elevations thousands of feet high. Like they had a hard time breathing at these heights. So it's like, as I was reading this, I thought to myself, my God, maybe they were trying to get away from the giants. I do believe that our humanity, ourselves, we have lived among giants. We have. There's no doubt about it. The skeletons and stuff, like, I know my stepdad's a huge skeptic on it, but we talk, and he's a logical guy. He wants evidence. He wants skeletons. He wants pictures. And I could show him all that. But end of the day, they're hiding all of it. I mean, it's getting oppressed. They aren't showing all the real stuff. But yeah, I thought this Mesa Verde was very interesting. They went into the subterranean pockets. The flood came. The waters resided. They reemerged and became what? The natives, right? So I know a lot of people probably don't agree with it, but at the end of the day, I believe that our Native Americans, right? The Native Americans actually stemmed from the Egyptians. And that the Egyptians were such a huge faction, and they were so in tune with vibe, energy, love, light, the star people, that they were given an opportunity, and they were shown the sacred knowledge, the sacred math, right? To create these massive pyramids all over the world. So they said that what was cool is they said that they basically, at this time when they did this traveling, they made the world a melting pot. Sometimes when they would show up to a community, think about it, men and women would fall in love. They'd end up staying with each other, having children. The women would come, and the men would stay. And the communities were intermingling, they were intermixing, all over the world. So, it's very interesting thought. And that's why, places like Australia, I know y'all have been seeing that. They've found 2 massive pyramids in Australia. Okay? 2 massive pyramids. One of them was laden in gold. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. And now it's just a covered hill. It's almost like they covered it up. You know what I mean? But they're finding pyramids everywhere, guys. So whatever faction was building the pyramids was all over the world. There's just no doubt about it. Even in the ocean, there's finding pyramids. Crazy stuff. I'm definitely going to do probably a video on the Australia pyramids here eventually. Lately I've been doing the giants, because that stuff, man, people love. So, I mean, I could continue on with giants if you guys want. I could talk a little bit more about it. It basically came out recently in a show, Hagerman and Hagerman, that I was listening to on a YouTube, told me about giants that they found in Antarctica. Okay, giants that they found under the ice in Antarctica. They were actually cryogenically crystalline frozen. They were literally frozen and crystalline. Somehow there's stasis chambers. They make the giants think that they've only been asleep for 20 minutes. Well, they wake up thousands of years later. And I wonder if that's what's happening with the giants in Afghanistan. They're confused. They expected to come back here to a world where they were accepted, and they're not being accepted, so they're confused. They fought alongside us in wars, you guys, and we're sitting here murking them. I mean, it's I don't know what to think of it. I mean, I don't know what to think of it, whether they're being captured and interrogated, and I mean, I can't imagine the stuff that's probably happening to these beings. When really we should just probably be embracing them, right? Makes you wonder. So somebody told me the other day too that all of the original giants were actually much darker skinned, which was interesting. I've heard so many different perspectives, but that was really interesting because I saw a video or got a video of a giant next to a tank, right? This giant stood too tall of the tank. And the tanks were all of 9 feet tall. So this giant was all of 18 feet tall. His figure was pitch black. Now, I don't know if he actually had like something on. You know what I mean? If he was wearing clothing, or if he was actually like dark skinned. You know what I mean? It really confused me. I was like, God, could that be Bigfoot? No, I don't think he looked like a giant. Maybe he was dark skinned, kind of raised an eyebrow to me, but, yeah, you guys, that's the 5 types of giants. Check out my video, you guys. I go through it. It says right on there, the Book of Enoch, 3000 L's. Check it out. I show the footprints that I was telling you about that are 4,500 feet long, and I don't know. I'm just saying, why would something dig a hole almost a mile long and not fill it back in after they wanted to bury what they were going to bury? You know what I'm saying? The pattern was pretty resemblant of what you and I would say if we walked in some clay in a muck field. I guarantee you the angles and the trigonometry would match up to a T to these footprints in the ocean right here. Hold on here. So check it out. It's a good video. Just a little evidence. Check me on YouTube, guys. Check me on YouTube. I'm about to get monetized on YouTube. And I will be doing a collab with Terrence Ross. I got to set up an appointment. The NBA season has officially started. I hope he didn't want to get it in before the season. But I will be doing a collab with Terrence Ross, NBA. I messaged him today. So check me out. Check me out on YouTube. Like I said, I got Facebook too. If you guys want to know who I am, it's actually my real Facebook, Kyle Frisbee, KYLEFRISBEY. That's my Facebook. My Facebook Reels is popping off. I got like 12,000 followers in a week. So, yeah. All of my platforms, even on Instagram, @NightGod333. I'm not trying to keep it too short tonight. I appreciate you guys. Thank you all for coming out. I really do appreciate you. So, how many of you have seen the video about in Iran where he's underground? He's digging a grave, and you can hear the giants kind of moaning like, "Arr, arr." Pretty good impression, I guess. That was a crazy video. That's still been going viral. So check it out. I got a lot of good videos on my page. And yeah, I love the stuff, and I love the lore. It keeps me entertained. So I'm going to probably be looking into a little draconian stuff here. Really quick on a side note, how many of you guys heard about what happened with Facebook, right? Y'all know about that, the shutdown. The shutdown with Facebook. So it shut down for hours, right? Like 6 hours or something crazy. He was losing like 200,000 a minute or something. I don't know. It was something stupid like that. But lore has it, or rumor has it, that our guy is maybe working with some evil factions on Earth, and the Alliance actually blew up one of the hubs that they tap into Facebook to get all the information on all the people. They blew up one of the hubs on Mars. The Alliance did, to put a little wrench in their side, right? I thought that was actually, crazy stuff. It may or may not be true, all right? End of the day, though, I like hearing that our Alliance is playing the game, too. That's what I got. That's all I got to say about that. I like hearing that the Galactic Federation of Good is present. It's kind of making me nervous for a while there. Because we know evil's present, do we not? We know evil's present. But I hadn't seen nothing from the Alliance in a while. So if that's true, let's go. So the next story I'm going to be doing, you guys, I got this ranch. It's Dre, my guy, sent me a story about a gentleman who lives on a ranch that claims to have killed many gray aliens. Claims that when he cuts them open, they bleed black blood. Right? Crazy stuff. That goes back to, and I don't like talking about this much because, you know my shirt right here, right? You know that Venom Black goo, right? I don't like talking about this much because it's very, very sensitive information. It may or may not be true, right? I don't know. But it doesn't seem like the masses like when we, or, you know, not the masses. They don't like when we talk, all right, that's how I'm going to say, they don't like when we talk about black goo. But there's a long history story behind that. And I will be sharing it when I talk to my guy Terrence Ross on his podcast. I'm going to go through it all because that's what he wants to talk about. I asked him if he wanted to talk about Giants. He wasn't so on to the Giants. He wants to talk about the factions, the Draconians, and all that stuff going on. So a weird little side story, and I'm not going to say exactly all of it, but a gentleman hit me up the other day, and he told me about how these 9 different alien factions are watching me. And I was like, okay, you know, I figured, okay, you're just a fan, you're trying to get me to, you know, share your content or whatever. But he was telling me some crazy stuff. And it was very intriguing. So he laid an offer on the table. I'm just still kind of toying with it and got a lot on my plate right now. Just ain't got time. But it's amazing stuff, pretty crazy stuff. And I'm going to definitely be looking into these said 9 alien factions because I want to know who they are, right? Very intriguing, very intriguing. And why are they watching me? If they are, right? They must love my content. Yeah? No. But seriously, on a serious note, you guys, I can't believe I sat at 800. I can't believe I got up to 1.4K today. It's like after I take a week off, bro, all of a sudden my followers just like, or my people that want to watch just flood in. Maybe I should infrequent my lives. Maybe I shouldn't go live every night. Maybe I should just go live like once every couple days or something. Because no matter what, you run out of content. But I got a lot more where that came from. I'm going to be posting some more. I just had to take a little hiatus for a minute. They banned me from live for a week. I'm not going to talk about demons anymore. Even though they exist. But, yeah. I appreciate all you guys coming out, for real. Every 2 days, you thinking, bro? I like it. I'll start communicating with you, C19, what are you talking about? So this guy, yeah, I can't say that. I appreciate you, Papa Bear. Appreciate you. All the Rockefellers, yes, sir. Very dirty. Have you seen the Rockefeller letter written? Google Rockefeller letter. Secret society. I'm not even going to say their name. And see what you find. It's messed up, bro. It's messed up. But yeah, no, I'm actually about to get monetized by YouTube. I'm pretty pumped about that. I'm pretty pumped. This live should go over well on there, I think. 48K likes. I'm loving it, guys. Thank you so much. I'm glad to see you guys. Seen some of my regulars. Seen a lot of new faces, though. I'm loving it. All the same, yeah, Rothschilds. The 13 bloodlines. Rothschilds, DuPonts, Kennedys, Bundys. They're all part of the 13 bloodlines of the cabal. We will call it the cabal. Yeah, Corey Good. Yes, very good stuff. He has very good stuff. Oh, you hadn't heard the 4th and 5th types? You hadn't heard it, bro? Hey, I tell you what. I just posted part 2. Go check it out. Because I don't think I'm going to go back through them right now. Sorry, brother. I just posted part 2, though. So you should be golden. Yes, the 13 crystal skulls, those are amazing. They exist. They're real. When brought together, they can show us the secrets of the universe. Sounds like thunder outside. Weird. Shh. You guys got to hear this. Oh, that's a jet. Can't see him though. So weird enough. So they said, so this dude told me people have been watching me, right? So I moved from my original house to my mom's house for a while to get myself right. And I keep a trail cam out in the woods on the corner. It's like 100-yard shot right out in the backyard. Somebody stole that fucker. And it's like, it's not your conventional. Dude, I've had a trail cam there. I've had a trail cam in this spot for years and years and years. And all of a sudden, somebody steals it. Very weird. I've had a trail cam in that spot for years. I'm not kidding y'all. And it's all of a sudden, dude, somebody steals it. I'm like, what the fuck, man? I need to get a tracker on it or something, but it just tells me that somebody, and what's the weirdest part of all, my boy has been hunting on my property. So he puts the trail cam up. He puts it up, and by the next day, it's gone. Like somebody came out there at night and took it. Like somebody was out there at night, got caught on that muff, and they took it. No, I stay. You know what I'm saying? You got to. These motherfuckers out here. But before I get banned again, I probably should get going. I know, I'm going to hide one. Burying the body, he said. Yeah. Could be. But dude, that's the thing. The way our property's set up, nobody should ever step foot on it. It's surrounded by roads. It's obviously not theirs. You know what I mean? I've never once since they've lived here for 17 years, seen a hunter or anything ever just walk across this property. It's weird as hell. And dude, my boy, he's like, bro, was it you? Because he caught a big old buck on it, right? He caught a big old buck. Thank you, it's Dre, my guy. He caught a big old buck on it. So since I moved in, it's like, of course, right after that's what's weird about it. Right after I move in, the fucking trail cam disappears. What the fuck? You know what I mean? Like he's been all season. And now, so it looks like I did it. So he's thinking that I did it because I want to shoot that big buck, you know? I'm like, come on, man. I'm not cut like that, bro. I'm not going to steal your trail cam, you know? But he's all like, that is thunder. You guys hear that? Does that sound like thunder to you guys? That don't sound like thunder to me. You guys hearing that? You guys hearing that? Yeah, no, dude, I'm telling. It don't sound like thunder to me. And I ain't seeing no lightning. That's weird. It's still going lightly. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like a jet. I've never heard thunder like that. Here it goes. Come on, baby. Dude, it's a cloudy sky. Who knows what the fuck's going on up there? I'm telling you, there'd be shit going on right now, guys. Shit's gonna change, I think, for us. There'd be shit going on right now. I'm glad I got so many viewers that enjoy my content too, by the way. Normally, if I'm just talking shit like this, my numbers just drop. About 200, 250. So I appreciate y'all sticking around. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. They didn't watch me. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys, for real. Thank you, Tony Wilson. Thank you, Maddie. Thank you, Maddie. I appreciate you. Michigan, baby. Michigan. Every other week? What do you mean? You talking about my lives? Book of Enoch, baby. Yes, sir. No, dude. My YouTube channel is at Night God. Just Night God, bro. Yep, Wolverines and Spartans. Yeah, you like that? I got activated. What? Gilgamesh. Good story. Saipan. Saipan? Is that how you say it? Look at my comment on your submarine video. Yeah, no, I see. I think, were you the one that just commented recently about how they found the submarine and in the submarine in the China Sea or South China Sea? There's a lot of weird shit be happening in the South China Sea, by the way. I think there's a being down there of sorts, entity or whatever you want to call it, friggin' Kraken or something. But no, the sub they found was, it had teeth marks in it. And I also shared multiple videos on all kinds of lore, or not lore, actually. These are actual facts. These were actually factual encounters recorded by military officials, captains of these said subs. A gentleman shared a pretty cool one with me that I haven't done a video on yet. I will probably. But in 1942, World War II, there was a German U-boat traveling. Where was that? South China Sea? Sorry, I'm listening to lightning. Somewhere along the area. I know it wasn't in like the Atlantic or the Pacific. It was like in the area of south of China, right? And they were trolling along. They were at a slight depth when they saw a massive entity out in front of them. They figured it was just a sort of sub or something like that, so they locked on and they fire. Well, you know how torpedoes go. They go slow. So the being, seeing them fire, it took a dive, and then it came up as fast as they could see it disappear. It came back up, and no explosion took place. No explosion took place. They would end up finding their torpedo floating at the top of the water, undetonated with massive teeth marks in it. Can't make that shit up. It's also said in giant lore. That the giants had pets that were sea creatures, from krakens to Cthulhu's, you name it. The giants had stuff like that, and they would keep them as pets, use them to fight wars, etc., etc. How long has this live been? Oh, the puppers, were you out? My little buddy. Yeah, you can't see him. But, no, guys, it's been a good live. Thank you so much for stopping by. I will have more Like I said, I'm going to do the ranch where they talk about, they do the ranch where they talk, where the guy killed, he actually takes out, thank you so much, he actually takes out gray aliens on the regular, and has been abducted many times, but they bleed black. And maybe I'll do another black goo live here in a minute. I did pretty good on those. I think they like when I do my content later, just because, yeah, I'm a little edgy, on what I say. But ultimately, if what I say ain't true, then what does it matter? But anyway, it's been fun tonight, guys. I know it's been at least an hour, so it's going to make good content. Thank you so much for the gifts. You guys are awesome with the gifts, bro. I'll give you 5. There you go. You guys have been a great live with the gifts, for real. Thank you so much. It makes creating a lot easier to be motivated to do, because I'm telling you guys, I don't make a lot of money, bro. That's why I need to get monetized on YouTube. But once that happens, I think I'll be setting pretty. So thank you guys so much for the gifts. You guys are awesome. Thank you for the likes. You're the best crew. Hammer Samurai, good to see you, bro. I'm glad I got to see you before I went out. Good to see you, my guy. God, you and It's Dre are some of the only regulars I had tonight. Maybe not your... I had a few more. KDS. How you doing, KDS? You're like, hey, go live on 3333 now. You're cute. You're cute. Yes, of course. No, I'm seeing a lot of new faces. I love it. It's been a good live. Cool. Good to see you guys. I love you in the comments. I did share it. Thank you, It's Dre. Appreciate you. Yeah, you like the purple? I'm in my stepsister's room. Yeah, I gotta get my room back up. Hey, Melsones. I just posted part 2. I just posted part 2 on the 4th and 5th types of giants. So if you didn't see it, it's posted. Okay, it should be. So I'll get off here and check, and I'll make sure it's posted. Okay, guys? Love you all. You guys have been awesome. So I've been thinking of a one-liner I'm going to start using. So I'll do a quick backstory just for you guys that are still here. This dude sent me a message, right, on my Instagram. And he's like, bro, I just got to tell you. He's like, oh, you get the fuck. I got to tell you that they've been, the scholars, oh, you are done, bro. I can't handle you. So dude, ladybugs are getting in my stepsister's room like a motherfucker. Oh, you bitch. They've been getting in my stepsister's room like a motherfucker, so... there's this fucking... bitch. Sorry. There's a freaking, like, box elder bug flying up there. I don't mind the ladybugs, bro, but I ain't having no box elder bug crawling on me at night. Hell no. So no, not like that, bro. They're just coming inside because it's cold out. It's been getting cold, and they're coming in, and I have this AC unit. I have this like AC unit in the window, and her window don't have a screen, so they've been getting. But this dude tells me that a lot of the gems they find, okay, the gems they find in actual craniums of ancient skeletons, like the giants. They find gems in their craniums if they are petrified. That's fucking nuts to me. So, I came up with this funny one-liner. Me and a friend were talking. She's like, what? Really? They find them? I said, yeah, they just go around cracking craniums, finding gems. And I was like, hey, that's not that bad, right? Cracking craniums, finding gems. And then I always end with stay in the light. All right? Love you guys. Stay in the light. Be cool. Find that heart chakra. Peace out.